Welcome to Screen Scan. In today's episode, we'll delve into the 2019 movie titled After. Be prepared for spoilers as we explore its narrative. Stay alert and enjoy the journey. Let's begin our exploration. At the start of the story, we meet Tessa, a young woman who is starting college far from home. She arrives with her mom and boyfriend to move into her dorm. Right away, Tessa gets a taste of college life when she meets Steph and Tristan, two lively girls who love freedom. While unpacking, Tessa's mom smells marijuana, which almost causes a problem. But Tessa calms her down, asking her not to make a fuss and promising she'll be okay. Her mom trusts her and leaves, feeling proud. Then, the story focuses on Tessa getting used to college. After her boyfriend leaves with a kiss, she's left to dive into the exciting college atmosphere. Back in her dorm, there's a funny mix-up when Steph thinks Tessa's boyfriend was her brother. The next morning, Tessa is excited for her classes. She bumps into Landon, who studies English, which is different from her economics major. But when she gets back to her dorm, she finds a guy she doesn't know reading a book in her room. She's surprised, and he's calm, which begins their complicated relationship. He says he didn't mean to barge in, causing some tension between them. Then, Steph introduces Tessa to this guy as a friend and invites her to a party. The guy doubts Tessa would go to the party and spoils the end of The Great Gatsby for her, which shows more about his personality. It hints at how their relationship will grow and mix with their personal discoveries in literature. These events start Tessa's story of love, finding herself, and getting used to life away from home. The story goes on with Tessa studying in the library, where she sees the mysterious guy again. They look at each other by chance, and it's a bit awkward, showing they're both curious but tense around each other. Then, Steph pops up and invites Tessa to a party, pushing her into doing something different from her usual routine. Tessa is hesitant at first, but decides to give it a try, picking an outfit that Steph teases her about for being too formal. This shows how their friendship is getting stronger. At the party, everything is lively with people talking and glasses clinking, very different from Tessa's normal nights. She meets Steph's friends, and the night changes when she takes a shot because of a snarky comment and pressure to blend in. This moment is a big step for her, leading her into playing truth or dare. She picks truth, but then changes to dare when asked something too personal. This brings her up against the bad guy of the group, creating a tense challenge that makes her want to leave. She ends up calling her boyfriend, Noah, for comfort, but the call goes bad when she mentions she drank. Looking for a quiet place, Tessa finds an empty storage room full of books. There, she meets the bad guy again, and their interaction changes things between them. He asks why she's in his room and shares that he doesn't drink either, showing a different side of him. They almost dare to kiss, but Tessa leaves suddenly, feeling scared and loyal to Noah. As Tessa heads back to her dorm, Noah's texts remind her of the life she's stepping away from for a bit. These events start Tessa on a path of figuring out who she is, questioning what's right and wrong, and preparing for a complicated relationship with Hardin, the bad guy, who turns out to be more complex than she thought. The day after, Tessa is back in class with Landon, who makes her feel at ease in her new college life. But soon, Hardin Scott, the guy from the party, walks in as a new student. The class gets heated when the professor starts a debate about love, based on a romance novel. Hardin doesn't believe in love, saying it's just about what people find attractive in each other. Tessa disagrees. She believes love is deep and talks about a story where someone refuses to be treated poorly because of real love. Hardin finds their debate interesting, and they talk briefly after class. He says he found the argument exciting, which hints at the start of their complex relationship of being drawn to each other, but also pushing away. Tessa tells Landon how she thinks Hardin is too arrogant, but then she learns Hardin and Landon's parents know each other, but don't really get along. This makes their situation even more complicated. As evening comes, Tessa sees a different side of college life when Steph decides to get a tattoo and asks Tessa if she wants one too. Tessa opens up about how Noah is her first and only relationship and how her mom expects them to eventually get married. This makes Tessa think about the balance between her old life and the exciting new things she's discovering in college. The night ends with Tessa accidentally seeing a private moment between Steph and her partner, which is very different from anything Tessa has experienced. This makes her think hard about what she believes about love and closeness. When Tessa walks away, it's not just about leaving the room. It's also a symbol of her taking a step back to think over her values and what she really wants as she faces new choices ahead. The day after, Tessa is having coffee when Hardin comes over. They know each other through Steph, but Tessa is a bit cautious at first. Still, she decides to go with him out of curiosity. They end up at a hidden place that looks like a jungle, and Tessa is amazed by the greenery. Hardin shares that this spot is very special to him, giving Tessa a meaningful look. The air between them gets tense as he suggests a swim swim in a nearby lake. He takes off his clothes without hesitation and jumps into the water, inviting her with his eyes. Tessa isn't sure if she should keep her distance or give in to the moment with this mysterious guy. Hardin's intense look makes her decision for her. She puts on one of his big t-shirts, feeling a mix of vulnerability and excitement. In the water, the sun shines through the lake around them. Hardin's touch feels intense, sparking something inside Tessa. He asks her about the person she loves the most. After a pause, she talks about her boyfriend from high school. Hardin shows her how to hold her breath in silence, which amazes her in many ways. They feel a strong connection, and when Hardin kisses her, it feels like they are the only two people in the world. Later, they go to a cozy bar. Tessa tries to learn more about Hardin's past, but he just smiles and avoids answering. When Steph and another friend show up, Hardin acts differently, making Tessa curious about what he's hiding. The story takes Tessa through many emotions and discoveries, mixing what's real with what she wishes for. After a night of sharing secrets and feeling close, Hardin surprises her by saying he likes being with her but doesn't want to date. This news is tough for Tessa, especially as she was thinking about telling her boyfriend, Noah, about her feelings for Hardin. Hardin seems upset when Tessa leaves, and she spends the night haunted by dreams of him, feeling both sweet and sad for what could be. Tessa wakes up from a dream into a world where she has to think about what's right and who she's loyal to. She's shocked when Noah shows up with flowers, trying to bring back a sense of normal life. But this normal feeling doesn't last long. They go to a party together where they're thrown into the kind of social situations that Steph and her friends love. A game of suck and blow creates tension, especially between Noah, who wants to protect Tessa, and Hardin, who likes to stir things up. This leads to a quick and tense argument, making Hardin leave the party suddenly. The drama from the party stays with Tessa. She's lying next to Noah but can't stop thinking about everything. A late call from Landon makes her face more of Hardin's problems. Landon shares some difficult family issues related to Hardin, which shows why Hardin is often troubled. In a moment when she's feeling very vulnerable, Tessa gets hurt by a broken glass. This accident seems to show the kind of turmoil that follows Hardin around. After the argument, Hardin takes care of Tessa's cut. During this quiet time, he talks about his struggles and doubts, which Tessa can relate to. This moment of sharing their fears brings them closer, and Tessa ends up staying the night in Hardin's room. This choice is a big moment for her, as she's figuring out who she is and what love means to her. The next morning, Tessa has to face the consequences of her decision. Noah sees that she spent the night with Hardin and is very upset and disappointed. This leaves Tessa in a tough spot, having to choose between the comfort and history she has with Noah and the intense, new feelings she has for Hardin. It's a moment where she has to think hard about love, being true to herself, and what will really make her happy. After facing the truth, Tessa goes back to her dorm, feeling really upset. It's like she hasn't just lost a boyfriend but a part of who she is. Seeing Molly only makes her feel worse, reminding her of the social fallout from her decisions. She tries to talk to Noah, who has always been there for her, but he doesn't respond, making her feel even more alone. As Tessa tries to deal with everything, she runs into Hardin outside. It's a moment of relief from all the stress. Hardin actually listens to her, which feels comforting. Tessa shares her painful history about her dad leaving and how Noah was always a stable support for her. Opening up to Hardin brings them closer, and their relationship starts to mean more than just attraction. They really get each other and share a deep connection based on understanding and shared pain. Tessa and Hardin's relationship grows through exciting and bold moments together. One time, they have an adventure in the library just before it closes, leading to a fun chase by security. This experience makes them feel closer, sharing a spirit of rebellion. People around them start noticing their bond, and rumors about their relationship begin to spread, changing how their friends see them. Hardin shows his feelings for Tessa more openly, breaking away from keeping their relationship a secret. He surprises her by showing affection in front of others. Tessa becomes more curious about Hardin's thoughts, especially after seeing mysterious writings in his notebook. This curiosity makes their relationship even more interesting, mixing the excitement of learning more about each other with the closeness they already share. Tessa and Hardin are going through a time of deep emotional growth. They're experiencing new things and dealing with old hurts. They help and challenge each other, learning about themselves and growing closer. This is preparing them for future challenges and growth in their relationship. Soon, they share intimate moments together. Then, Tessa's mom unexpectedly walks in on them in a compromising situation. This incident with her mom is a major turning point for Tessa as she seeks independence. Her mom catching her with Hardin leads to a big argument. They argue about Tessa's future and choices, especially her relationship with Hardin. Tessa wants to make her own decisions, but her mom is worried and thinks Tessa might be making a mistake. The argument ends with her mom warning Tessa about heartbreak and threatening to stop supporting her financially. After the argument with her mom, Tessa turns to Landon for comfort and advice. Landon knows Hardin well and warns Tessa to be careful because of Hardin's complicated personality and Tessa's shaky situation with her family. During this hard time, Hardin suggests a big change. They should move into a quiet place that belongs to one of his dad's friends, who is in Italy. This idea comes up because Tessa and her mom are not getting along, but it's also a chance for Tessa and Hardin to start fresh on their own terms. Choosing to live together is a big step for them, showing they're serious about each other. It gives them a space to grow closer without anyone else's opinions getting in the way. Living together brings Tessa and Hardin closer. They enjoy being free to act like themselves, sharing laughs, and creating special memories. Their small and big adventures show how much they've grown as a couple. Hardin can hardly believe Tessa wants to be with him, which shows he's unsure about being loved. Tessa, on the other hand, is sure about her feelings for him. This time in their lives shows how love can change people and how brave you have to be to stick with your choices, even when things get tough. Their story isn't just about their love. It's also about how much they learn about themselves by facing new challenges together. At the wedding party for Hardin and Landon's parents, Tessa and Hardin deal with tricky family issues and old problems. Tessa meets Landon's mom, Karen, and his dad, and they welcome her nicely. But Hardin gets upset when he sees his dad with another woman, bringing back a lot of hard feelings about his dad. Tessa tries her best to calm Hardin down, showing how much she cares and understands what he's going through. When Hardin's dad gives a speech, it makes Hardin think about how different his dad is now from the dad he remembers as a kid. Hardin opens up to Tessa about a scary time when his dad's actions put his mom in danger. This confession helps Tessa see the deep hurt and anger Hardin feels towards his dad. At the wedding, Tessa and Hardin share a dance, finding comfort in each other's eyes among the complicated family issues. They take a moment to be alone, showing their love and commitment despite everything going on around them. But then, Molly, curious about Tessa and Hardin's relationship, starts asking too many questions. She also sends a text to Hardin that makes Tessa suspicious. This situation tests their trust in each other. Hardin tries to calm Tessa's worries, showing how they have to balance trust and doubt in their relationship. A message from a friend leads Tessa to Videodrome, which starts a series of events that shake up her relationship with Hardin. At a bar named Blind Bob's, with Steph and her friends around, Tessa faces a truth she didn't see coming. Molly shows a video from a truth or dare game, revealing Hardin's plan to make Tessa fall for him on a dare and then leave her. This shocking news makes Tessa doubt everything about their relationship and whether Hardin's feelings were ever real. Feeling alone and betrayed, Tessa goes back to her family's house for comfort. She and her mom share a silent moment that speaks volumes, offering Tessa some peace without needing to explain her pain. Then, Tessa tries to fix things with Noah, her ex-boyfriend. Their talk ends with a sad yet understanding note about what they once had. Tessa decides to change her major from economics to English, marking a big step in discovering who she is and standing up for herself. This change comes after all the ups and downs she's been through. Meanwhile, Hardin has to deal with the fallout of his actions, showing just how much he truly cares for Tessa. The story takes a hopeful turn when Tessa gets a letter from Hardin during class. The letter, along with some drawings and writings, shows how much their love has changed him. Hardin admits he used to think love was just a story until he met Tessa, who became his light in the dark. He asks for her forgiveness and tells her she is the one he loves the most, bringing their story to a touching end. The movie finishes with a mix of sadness and hope, making viewers think about love, forgiveness, and finding out who they really are. Tessa's story shows what young love is like, strong, imperfect, but in the end, it can heal. If you want more analysis and discussions about interesting movies like this, remember to subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and hit the like button to support us. Thanks for watching.